Hey there, Pisces Sun, Pisces Moon, Pisces Rising. It's Maggie from Moon Directed. Welcome to my channel. Here we work with the energy of the moon to see how we can best utilize it to move our life forward in the most productive way possible. Before I turned on the camera, I was trying to get into your energy. And all I could think is, oh, Pisces, you feel fragile. Like you have to do something and it's really hard and it's scary for you, and also like you're coming out of a heartbreak. And so maybe it's like that closing the door and walking away thing. I wasn't sure. And then I saw the page in a big book turn. And then I saw the book close. And then I noticed you were in a library. And so that made me think of the Akashic Records, where all of your history of all of your lives and information is there. So maybe it's about that, but maybe it's about turning the page in this life and putting the book back up on the shelf for another time in the future. I don't know. It's like you have to learn something, or you've learned something. It's not been easy. You feel brave. You feel brave, but nervous. Really interesting. So anyways, I do want to thank you for your likes, your shares, your comments. You help me grow my channel, and I really appreciate it. It's like Spirit's ready to get started. I do want to remind you to check out your sun, your moon, and your rising in case this isn't really resonating for you. Your sun sign is how you feel inside. It's the core of you. It's how you view the world. And your moon sign is your emotional response and reaction to the activities of the world around you and how you interact with them. And your rising sign is how you greet the world. It's your personality. It's how the world views you. And so you may find the answer is in one of those other areas. So do me a favor and go ahead and hit the... Interesting. Go ahead and hit the thumbs up. Well, I can see you were hurt. You were definitely hurt, but there's some really good news here. So let's get the difficult one out. Ten of Swords. This is you closing the book. This is turning the page and closing the book. It hurt. It was done. It's over. It is. The Wheel of Fortune is, however, turning in your favor. It took off running. The wheel got away from you. Things started happening. Maybe not what you had planned. Maybe not what you had expected. But in this particular scenario, the mechanic's running after the tire, and he decides that, hey, the tire's rolling down, and it wasn't what I was planning for my day, but I could be upset about it, or I can find the good things about it. And so you can see there's rainbows and butterflies, and people are cheering him on. And I feel like, Pisces, that, I feel like you've really been hurt. I feel like you've been under attack. But the wheel is turning in your favor. And there's the Magician. Oh, for goodness sakes. There's the Magician. So the wheel is 10, which is 1 plus 0, which is a 1. And the Magician is a 1. And so I feel like you have the opportunity to create your new beginning, to plant your seeds of intention, to create what you want. The Magician has at his disposal everything. He has the cups, he has the wands, he has the swords, he has the what am I missing? The cups, the swords, the wands, the pentacles. He has the opportunity to take everything, all of the elements, and plant and create and manifest and co-create with Spirit. And so I feel like you were under attack, and I can tell you were hurt. I can feel it. It feels pretty devastating on a level. But it's time to turn the page, close the book, and move to the next chapter. Pick another book out of the stacks. It's time to write a new story. Maybe that's what it is. It's time to write a new story. So that would be you being the Magician and planting your seeds of intention. We walk into this week with the moon in Sagittarius, which is in your 10th house of career. So maybe you lost a job. Maybe people at your job are mean to you. Maybe you're just dissatisfied with your job and it wasn't working out for you. Could be that. Could be also that you decide to throw yourself into your work because personally people have been hurting you. And so you're going to use this as your escape. And honestly, there's a lot of things we can escape into. And maybe planting new seeds in a new location or throwing ourselves into our work for a little while isn't necessarily the worst way to handle it. But you're being asked to seek the pleasure. So if you're going to throw yourself into work, try to have some fun with it. If work's driving you crazy, try to find some fun in the other arenas of your life, right? Because it's about balance. It's about balance. Creating balance in your life. Emotional balance, financial balance, physical balance, you know, just balance. Work-life balance. I would suggest throwing yourself into your work. Okay, because both of those are working guys, right? We got this guy working hard to plant something, to start something, his garden there, and then we've got the guy who's working, chasing up the wheel, and you have infinite abundance. Abundance is pouring into your life. It could be emotional abundance, but they're collecting apples, and apples to me represent being the kind of abundance that, well, I guess it's satisfying on a lot of different levels. So, you know what it is. You know in your heart what's going on with you, right? So, you know, apply that as necessary. But I think that that it has something to do with career and your public persona, because on Tuesday, the moon is going to move into Capricorn, which is in your 11th house of groups, activities. It's a very, very public aspect of you. And you're being asked to find the beauty. And sometimes this beauty is from finding a new perspective, a new way of looking at things. Because when you look at this card, there's two things you could see. You could see the flowers and the butterflies, or you could see the face. Which one do you see? And if I turn the card this way, do you still see the same thing? If I turn the card this way, what are you seeing? Right? So change your perspective, change your view, find the beauty and joy in things, and remember that you're resilient. When you cut out the things that are not working, it lightens your load. And not only that, it's like a plant where you cut back the dead wood, then new green sprouts from it, right? And so the burden's lighter and it's actually producing something. And so remember that you are resilient. That you are resilient. And that this experiences all add to your wisdom. She's standing up, she's climbing up a stack of books. You were in a library with all kinds of books of knowledge, of wisdom, maybe your experiences, maybe wisdom and knowledge from other people, maybe from past lives, maybe knowledge that you've yet to gain. Maybe you haven't read all the books or written all the books, right? I just want to say to you, take care of yourself. Let's see what Spirit has to say. It says wisdom. Spirit is doubling down on the wisdom. So really, you know, we've got the books, we've got the pages being turned, things have happened. There's abundance of wisdom pouring into your life. All these experiences add to your wisdom. And wisdom is formed from life experience. It's not from what you know. It's not what you know from what you've read. It's what you know from what you've lived. And so that's really where true wisdom comes from. Can you learn from what's been going on in your life? And so paying attention to the wisdom. It's 38, which is when you add it together, that's an 11. 11 is a very spiritual number. So, planting your seeds of intention. We have intention. Be clear and decisive. Focus on what you really want. Be bold in your request to the universe. So yes, plant your seeds of intention. You have everything in front of you. And this is when that moon moves into Aquarius on Friday. And it's about gratitude and protection. And protection from the universe. And the universe is saying, You know, we are grateful for you. You say to the universe, I am grateful for the lessons. I am grateful for the wisdom I've gained. I am grateful for your protection. And now I want to co-create. And here's what I want. Here's what I want to build. Here's what I want to cultivate. This is what I want to grow in my garden in this lifetime. And then you need to have patience, much like a farmer who plants seeds. Next day you can't harvest on that unless it's like what, the Jack and the beanstalk, right? Mostly you have to wait. It takes time. And so this card says patience. It says, pause before you take action. Trust that the divine timing is at work. Be patient and play while you wait. And play while you wait. And so then I look at the joy of him just going about his day-to-day work. And he's having fun in it. And this is work. Digging in a garden is work, but it's fun work. It's you know, get grounded. Get outside, get grounded. Do something creative to get the things flowing that way. And when you are a water sign, being grounded is important because you need a container to contain all that water, and the ground provides such a thing. And so, you know, depending on which part of the world you're in, you're either putting your gardens to bed or you're waking your gardens up, but you get out there and get your hands dirty. Get your hands in the dirt, get your feet in the dirt, spend some time in nature, get grounded, and find some ways to have some fun while you're waiting for the divine timing for things to fall into place. And allow that wisdom to integrate into your system. And then you will be able to start pushing through the resistance. Is it your resistance of change? Or is it other people being resistance to the change you're doing, you're having, what they're seeing in you? But anyway, at any rate, it's time to make a decision. It's time to make a decision. And so take a pause, take a breath, and wait. And making a decision and taking action are not necessarily the same things. Decide what you want. Set your intentions. Be very clear and ask for everything that you want. It says feeling stuck or indecisive, listen to your intuition and make a decision. So decide what you want. And let the universe in on what you want. And then allow time for it to happen. Divine timing is at work. When I see the Wheel of Fortune, that's divine timing. When I see the Magician, that's just the beginning of something. It's the start of something. You have a long way to go to get from the 1 to the 21. It takes a while. It takes a lot of steps. It takes a lot of effort. But you've completed a cycle. We've been seeing that. And I think that, you know, this full moon really completed a lot of cycles for a lot of people. And so catch your breath. And think about what's next. What's next? And I do think that Mercury being in retrograde in your sign was difficult. I think it stirred up a lot of stuff. And I think it's time to turn the page on the chapters of the pain and put it to rest and let it go. Because carrying that extra burden, that extra weight of all the hurts and the pains, that's wearing you down. And you want to be resilient. So you want to cut that stuff free. You want to let it go so you can travel more lightly. And be patient. The universe is getting to you. They really are. And it says, oh, look at this chocolate. Nourish your body and soul. Nourish your body and soul. And create a balanced life. So, abundance is coming to you. You are at a beginning of a new cycle. Make sure you ask for what you want. Focus on what you want. Not on what you don't want or what you don't have, because when you focus on that, you get more of the same. So focus on what you want. All right. Well, I will see you back here for the May monthlies. Just crazy that we're already there. And I still can't. What? So in the meantime, you take care, and I will, of course, see you next week. And just take care of yourself and plant the positive seeds of intention for what you want to create. You are the magician. You can do it. All right? I'll talk soon.